We're going to go ahead and pull some cards for the Twin Flame Collective, specifically to see what is going on for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. Huge energies coming at us. We're in the last, we'll say, few days of May. We're also in day 8 of 10 Galactic Activation Portal days, so still a lot of strong energy. Amazing for manifesting over the next 48 hours too. Make sure you're focused on your manifestations right now. The reason being, June has a lot of, we'll say, galactic center days. This is a time where we can shift very, very fast towards our goals, dreams, and even future timelines. Don't stress out too much, though, because June 1st, we have an alignment or a conjunction between Jupiter and the North Node right now. This is your destiny activating. So expect things much bigger than yourself to be playing out. That June 1st alignment is huge for any twin flames activating your destiny. This could be a destined partner. So make sure that you're paying attention for fated meetings. If you're in a separation, things may shift into an alignment. That's because the universe is always helping you out behind the scenes. So you might feel kind of out of control right now in your life, like you're not in control of all of this, especially if you're in a twin flame connection right now, and that's okay. Expect these energies to give you a little help or a little nudge in the right direction. All right, starting out with the feminine. If you're the masculine, take this as a message from your divine feminine, or just what's going on with the feminine collective. And that is huge too, this alignment. Things are going to shift and change in your life, but all about spiritual awakening and ascending into the 5th dimension right now. This is all about frequency and vibration. As your frequency is rising, you're no longer going to be able to tolerate the same negativity, drama that you used to, or we'll say negativity in your life, right? Your frequency is rising. Things are shifting and changing. These could be subtle changes to your energy, or things you're noticing big time in your reality. Things are changing on Earth as we're all ascending. And those that are not ascending probably will kind of fall off your timelines, right? Pay attention. Sometimes this gives us great insight on our connections between souls, because we have many, and what's going on. All right, for the feminine, spring, it's almost over. We had this card yesterday for the masculine. We're in the last 3 weeks of spring. June brings us the summer solstice. That means we're at the tail end of it, and you might be still waiting for things to play out that were supposed to come to you this spring. It could be your manifestations, cycles closing out. So coming up with this card, cycles closing out for the feminine. And I love the solstices and the equinoxes. And this year, the summer solstice is going to be huge. We're already going to start to feel those energies right after we enter into June too, because we feel them like 3 weeks prior. That's the first week of June. So we're kind of moving through a certain frequency for May, and we're going to move into new energies for June. All about your working on your energy, your frequency, and your vibration. You're tending to create or recreate certain things in your life based on certain patterns. It's all about kind of, you have all of those family stories running through you right now from everyone in your family, but all about what you're creating. What is your story about? So oftentimes we spend the first part of our life in our karmic south node, and we're kind of like working through either karmic experiences, family karma, or just kind of moving past the family narrative of whatever was going on in those stories, shifting into your own story right now, coming up majorly. That north node is your destined path. That could be your mission. So I've been doing this ascension path with you guys for many years, and I've noticed that the one thing that has remained in my life when so much has come and gone is this mission, is this divine mission. And this could come subtle as just a desire to want to help other people in some type of way. It could be like you have gifts and you're tapping into them and you want to use them to help the collective. So while we're talking about destiny activating, for many of you, this may be your ascension path, your healing gifts, or different ways that you can help the collective right now. But healing coming up entirely. As we're clearing just this lifetime, we're clearing many lifetimes all in one. Your lifetime in this lifetime is a reflection of the experience of many past lives. So we're healing so much. A lot of it might even be subconscious until you're becoming conscious of what you're working on healing. It could just come up as troubles in your life. And I feel it's just all about our spiritual connection anyways. So all about that connection to source. And that's what it is that takes us higher as well too. 5D is like the minimum of dimensions into the higher. So when you're sleeping, you're going to 4D. There's a lot happening in your sleep right now where you might be getting less sleep or dreaming a lot more. And the reason being is because most of the dream dimensions are in 4D. When you become lucid and awake and have a lucid dream, this is 5D. And it's no different than the dimensions here. We're seeing that as well too, of what is possible, right? We're seeing more of that in the dream world. So you might be having crazy dreams right now. Fertility, this could mean babies or ideas. Sacral healing, right? This could be literally, I see a lot of twin flames come together and they have children together, or they do missions, something bigger than themselves. So a lot of times, yes, karmic partners come into our life, and oftentimes these are different types of contracts like raising children, marriages, things like that. But with a twin flame, it's a little bit different as well too. Oftentimes, because you're in these higher stages of consciousness, you're going to draw through higher souls. And this is important as well too, but this also could be business ideas, manifesting. So when you tap into or you anchor into fifth dimensional state of consciousness, you're going to flow easily. You might kind of find yourself in your own little world, and you'll have ideas of how to create, whether experiences in your life, abundance, things coming to you. So oftentimes, and I found this in my own life in the past, I kind of got guided away from everyone else. I have a hard time handling all of it with everyone else, and that's okay. If you're in a separation right now from your twin flame, this is coming up huge. This could be like you have been made aware that they're your flame, but you're not with them. You were with them. There was some type of something that put you in a separation. It could have been an argument or a breakup, or different types of situations. And then the ultimate separation, you haven't met this person yet, because this triggers a lot too on an unconscious level. So separation stuff coming up right now, knowing that powerful things are going to happen by the time we get to summer, and that's 3 weeks away. We're like, yes. All right. Powerful shifts that are destined to play out in your life are going to come through the first week of June. And you're probably feeling that. Your ego may feel a little impatient, rattled, or you might be having a lot coming up in terms of the spiritual right now. Working on yourself. If there's a separation, it's not the other person. It's that you were not ready energetically on some type of level, and you have been sent to work on your energy. Yes, you've been sent to do this deeper spiritual work. Now, a lot of people don't understand the process, and they kind of stay in that separation and feel hopeless and despair and don't come out of it, because this creates, we'll say, periods of spiritual depression and things like that. When you're in a spiritual depression, this is death and rebirth cycle. This is the death part. So some people stay in that death cycle and don't fully move forward into that rebirth where you would come back together at different times. Understanding that you're on your own unique spiritual path. So even if you have a twin flame, you have certain things that are going to have to heal and play out individually. So if you're in this separateness, the whole thing is to work on your energy to heal whatever issues have been coming up for you, and even more have come up within the twin flame union around your twin flame, what came to the surface, what played out. And this is all very important. All right. I always say, and it's important to know the connection. Yes, there are certain ways that we can tell. We're like, right. And we're starting to be able to tell, especially in the higher, you'll be made more aware of some of the connections, whether it's a, soulmate or a karmic partnership that wasn't meant to be, or a twin flame. And I always say, if you're in this type of situation, or even finding this video, do a relationship reading with me. I have a whole twin flame healing section on my site. Of course, I do a ton of ascension healing and ascension work. I'm a trauma healer and obviously an energy healer. So I say, if you're being guided to this video, make sure you're doing a reading on your specific situation. This is going to save you years of work and heartache to kind of go through and kind of learn more about the connection, what's going on, what's coming up as well too. So it can help so much to do some of this deeper work as well to do a relationship reading if you're guided to this topic. All right, we're going to do some cards for the divine masculine right now. Just see where they're at. If you're the feminine, go ahead and take this as a message from your masculine and what's going on with them. All right, so we just have a lot with awakening happening. We're talking about that shift into higher dimensions as well too. If this is your true twin flame, this connection will come back. If you're in a separation, come back around later when you're in those fifth dimensional frequencies, or you're ready for it. So sometimes it's not taking place wherever you're at, and this can feel frustrating. Knowing, like I said, the trick is for you to work on your energy so that your true twin flame will come back to you in the higher frequencies, in the higher dimensions. Masculine going through a huge transformation. This is connected with family and home and things like that. Root chakra stuff, purging out. So I'm not going to go into it now, but I'm writing writing another book. If you guys are seeing this on Instagram, make sure that you guys are checking out that book pinned in my pin section, right? Make sure you're checking out that book. I think it's very important for understanding relationships and the connection between family trauma and the type of things that we may attract in relationships. So in the next one, I'm writing another book now, which just kind of goes on the same topics. And I'm writing about the root chakra and how this is connected with our ancestral line. And normally, right, it's not so much going on, but because of ascension stirring up and kicking up everything stored within all of the chakras so that they can fully activate, a lot more is coming up. That means the masculine may be dealing with more family, home, ancestral kind of stuff in this lifetime. This is the lifetime where if you guys are a starseed, you took on all of that family karma for the whole family line, and like you might have had a different kind of path than your siblings, other people in your family, and you might be made aware of that you're we'll say healing a lot. It might have been just how your life looked, or things that you've been struggling with, challenged with, or dealing with. Just be grateful, masculine, for where you are right now. We don't always end up with our twin flame. And this is important to understand too. We may have different journeys and different missions and things that are planned out on Earth. But I think it's so important that we are understanding that everything is planned out here. Yes. Even if you go off, you feel like you messed up things or you went off path, everything is planned out. So everything is kind of destined to happen in a certain way. There are certain events in your life that are destined to happen. When we are off course spiritually, this is where the negative stuff has happened in your life. And it wasn't so much, oh my God, the karma owed out. It was more like you were off track and this negative stuff played out to get you back in a deeper alignment and right back on the path. So when we're listening to our guidance, we have an easier time flowing through. And when we don't, oh my God, this is where the cataclysm stuff comes in, the crazy stuff. So we start to have an easier time as we're better tapping into our internal guidance and connecting with our spirit guides. And we start to have an easier time as we're moving through the higher dimensions. Because I call it my life on Earth. I say my 3D life on Earth was different than my ascension path and where it was kind of taking me with how things play out as well too. So Earth is very dense, physical, 3D reality. Once you go through an awakening, your soul is going to guide you through this ascension path. And the goal is to ascend into higher frequencies. Now, of course, we make a pit stop in 4D and sometimes we stay there. And then like the spiral goes back down to 3D from 4D, or it can be a bridge to 5D. The best thing to do in 4D is those, we'll say vision boards, staying in gratitude, working it down from the bottom of where you were. And so for some people, this might be new, or some of you guys have been kind of circling all around and doing this for years, and that's okay. When you're in these 4D spaces, it might feel very void-like. And it might not always make sense to you because we're not always seeing the entire plan and everything like that. So from your view, masculine, make sure you're doing gratitude, affirmations, meditation, learning spiritually. 3D mask, things are not what they seem. This is, everything is going to come out right now, and it's okay because I've been doing this work for years, and at the beginning, I was really telling people a lot of what was going to play out, and then it did. And a lot of people are not ready for this on a spiritual level, and that is okay. However, at this point, and then I'm realizing within this point of the awakening, everything's coming out where there's more transparency. You're going to be able to read people better. You're going to see what's going on. You're going to be able to get downloads and know everything. Doesn't mean that you're not going to go through these lessons, whether learning with other people around you or on a bigger collective level, but you're going to know more of what is up. This could be you're sensing weird vibes. You're seeing things happening collectively that are so friggin' bad right now. Right? Hello, right? This is for the people in the back. What's coming next chapter, right? All right. This is for the people that are still sleeping, and it's okay. People need different things on a spiritual level to get with it, right? So we can see a lot of negativity that's happening also within the collective as the frequencies are going up on the planet. And this is the purge. This is things coming out. We're having to clear everything out of our system, whether on an individual level where you have a lot you're purging out, or on a collective purge level, right? Where a lot's kind of playing out. Now, when you were asleep, you wouldn't be able to see any of this. That was me, right? And then when you're awake, it's like, okay, you have X-ray vision. You can see everything going on over here, but maybe not everyone can as well too. So as you are working on your frequency, working on your energy, you're going to be using your third eye a lot better, where you're going to be able to really discern and get a lot of higher information. So it is mind-blowing to me. So I did my like 3D Earth experience. And this is a lot of what I write about in my book. So I had to do my 3D Earth experience with a very ego view, very 3D view of what was going on, you know, the usual. And then after my awakening, years later, I got so much information from Spirit of different things that I'd already been through in the past. It's like years of higher awareness. Mostly a lot of what I was downloading on was things I'd already been through, but I got such a higher view of some of the soul connections, you know, different things, why they had happened, past life information, things like that within my own family kind of stuff. And that's okay. So once you wake up, you're going to get such a higher view and perspective, and maybe not everyone's getting that view, and that's okay. We're all on our unique soul path, but you're going to begin to understand things from a higher view. You might feel like you're losing some of your identity as well too, as we're shifting into a bigger group kind of within awakening, and that's okay. You might be feeling more guided to help other people, to be of service, to simplify your life, like, right? And I was making a joke that your soul is guiding you out of 3D. So meanwhile, when you're in this 3D and 4D experience, it may feel like nothing is working out in your life and that doors are closing. And this is important to understand, because I realized from going through the earth journey as well too in this lifetime that everything was like closed and didn't work out, because it was my soul guiding me out of the matrix experience slowly with every closed door, right? I couldn't go down that path. It wasn't for me. And so it might feel like that you have like things didn't work out so good in the matrix, but as you're being guided into these higher frequencies, other things begin to align and open up. So if you're still in this like lower space where you feel like doors are closing, things aren't working out, and this could be you're going to go through certain connections that are very karmic based in your lifetime. Karmic based connections always start out like you're going to think that person is the one. There's such a magnetic pull past what you're seeing and like in at that moment, and you probably can't explain it. And then at beginning to understand the nature of the soul and how it is going to pull you towards karmic connections and karmic partners and karmic situations, so that you can heal, grow, and evolve in a different kind of level as well too. So some of you guys are thinking that you have had a very profound connection, but if it's ended in a way that was horrible to you, hurt you, wasn't treating you properly, and you knew better, then oftentimes this might be a karmic experience. Now the challenge is that many of you, if you're watching this video, have met your true twin flame, or you wouldn't be here. Like, this is a sign, right? This is a sign that you've either met them or you're really getting ready to meet them, doing this healing work. And when you've met them, there may be certain karmic bleed through that comes into your life. This is the love blocks, right? This is the love blocks of why things, you might have gone into a separation, you needed to heal more, you needed to fully release your lifetime on earth so that you could come into this higher union. Because in the 5D, you're going to be with your twin flame, living your dream life, literally, and you're going to have the same template with them, where sometimes you can tell too, because this person, if they're tapped in and tuned in, they're going to have the same vision for their life. It's like some kind of right vision of where you're trying to get to. Now, oftentimes you're seeing glimpses of this around this person, and then maybe you haven't made it there. This is why June is so important, because it's acting as a bridge from where we have been, where we are now, and into this future. Like, it can catapult us so far. And oftentimes that is the goal, union. So when we're talking about 5D states of consciousness, these are higher heaven type of experiences. You're going to be, you know, happy, wealthy, healthy, and probably with your twin flame as well too. So this is important to understand as you are making that journey, all of us, out of that 3D experience into a 4 and 5D lifetime, but or experience. But sometimes this is taking a lot of deep inner work as well too. So really trusting your soul and the work that you're being guided to do during this time. And we're going to pull a couple just cards just for both together. See what is going on. Yes, Archangel Michael. So in the higher, this is where the angels reside as well too, as you're making your journey back home, back to source, right? And really working on that spiritual connection, you're going to have more and more contact and experience with higher beings. Sometimes these higher beings are angels, galactics, or your spirit guides, or even spirit, we'll say, right? So working with Archangel Michael, this is going to open you up to the angels, and also open you up to angelic protection as well too. So working with Archangel Michael can help a lot. Archangel Gabriel. This is getting creative. We talked about this. This is like putting the work in. So this is like two types of people I was kind of channeling on this morning. There's the type of people that have been watching all these videos and not much is happening in their life. Not much changes, still sitting in 3D. And for these type of people, if you're feeling that way, really putting in the spiritual work, right? And this is going to be probably outside of what you're used to, energy healing sessions, taking Reiki classes, learning how to work with energy, working with people that can guide you through this experience is gonna save you 10 years plus of ascension work, right? So kind of putting that work in. If you're just kind of sitting there and you feel like nothing is happening, you're gonna have to probably work with someone and do a little bit more work. You're doing that inner work and things are happening fast. Oh my God, leading you to that mission, that purpose. That's what's gonna make you feel good though. Maybe you're really putting the work in and you're seeing things pay off, like financially, healing wise, you're feeling healthy, you're feeling happy, you've manifested that twin flame, you're in a twin flame union. Taking a time out. This is from your twin flame connection. Anyone else feeling that right now? Maybe you were spending too much time with this person and you're being guided to work on your own lessons. Oh my God, we can't do other people's lessons. So this is the thing about love. We need to understand each soul has their own unique path to work through and only they can do their path. And it's important that they're learning these lessons in order. So most best thing we can do is to be supportive of our twin flame and make sure we're not, derailing them too on their mission, or you're in a separation. You haven't quite come together, or you're guided by yourself. Once again, being guided to really take a time out energetically and to work on yourself. You might need a break. Are you working too much? Work. Not funny, right? Oh my God. And then bad for your energy. Sometimes we're seeing we live in a culture that isn't so great for our energy. Maybe you're doing a little too much and you're pushing yourself too hard. This is also, I always talk about a trauma response as well too, where you've been doing everything, showing up, working, doing everything and not really getting anywhere in your life. We're like, great. Or maybe that wasn't the path for you. You've been trying so hard and you're not getting anywhere. If you feel like that, take a time out right now. Make sure you're doing some type of energy healing too. The frequencies are going really high right now. I can tell a lot of people are kind of quiet, so I can tell how they're integrating the energies too. You might feel like you're in a little bit of a quiet space as you are integrating a lot of different activations as we move through those last 2 days of galactic frequencies. Things are getting really galactic on planet Earth though, so we can move through those frequencies. Those are the best energies to be getting things done in. So for the masculine and the feminine, time to get creative right now when you're really tapping in. This is you connecting with your angels and connecting with your deeper purpose. Some of you are being guided to create art, work, right? Writing, whatever it is that you're being guided to channel. Start journaling too. If you're wanting to open up more to that divine connection, start to journal. Sometimes when I feel kind of, we'll say closed off, because we have different states where we're feeling more tuned in or closed off, right? All you have to do is start writing and you're going to start having things automatically come to you. Automatic writing, channeling, things like that. It will help open up that divine connection. So things like writing, spending time alone, just reflecting, writing. It could be journaling, free writing, right? Connect with the divine in that way. It could be meditation. It could be prayer. However you're connecting right now, you might need a little bit of time to yourself to recalibrate. Oftentimes we're trying to chase what it is that we desire when we should be going within, working on our energy, and what we desire will chase us. So getting more magnetic through doing energy work. That's about it. I'm just sending you guys a ton of love and good energies. If you need me, just go ahead and book a session on my website, sparksofdivinelightshealing.com, recommending that you guys are doing readings so often because they're going to give you all sorts of information just as you're doing them, and you can do them as often as you want. You have things coming up, you have questions, you want to know about stuff. It'll help you a ton. Oftentimes we're in our own ego perspective, and to open up, it'll give you so much new information. So recommending you guys are doing readings, recommending that you're all learning Reiki and getting into energy healing. This changed my life, I always say, on so many different levels as well too. So getting more into energy healing, learning how to work on your own energy and to keep your energy more clear, and recommend doing healing sessions. This is going to activate new gifts for a lot of you guys, where this is how you're going to learn as well too, but also healing your energy, keeping your energy more clear. Sending you guys so much love and good energies. If you need me, just go ahead and book me on my site.